All right, mathematicians, here we're looking at line plots, and then we're going to identify peaks, symmetry, gaps, and clusters. So peaks are going to be the one with the mode, basically, the top value. Sometimes there'll be a tie there, so there may be more than one what we'll call peak here. Symmetry is if we can draw a line down the middle of the plot and like reflect it across there and it all matches up. Gaps are where we have no data, like numbers that don't have any point x's in this case. And then clusters is where we have a lot of data. All right, so we're trying to decide true or false on each of these. Cluster from 9 to 12. So looking at 9 to 12, a cluster is a place where there's a lot of data, and we do see a cluster there. So that's true. A gap from 7 to 8. A gap is a place where we don't have any data, and if we look at our graph, sure enough, there's a gap there. There's no data from 7 to 8, so that's a true statement. The data set is symmetric. Well, if we draw a line through the middle of this, like maybe at 8 would kind of be the center between 4 and 12, or even if we just focus on where the data falls, if we draw a line right here, it's not going to map to itself. It doesn't split it in half to where it's symmetrical on each side. So that is going to be false. All right, and then it says the peak of the data is at blank miles. So here's our peak. We've got 4 x's there at 9 miles. So the 9 would go inside in that box. So again, peaks, places where you have the most data under a single number, like the mode. Symmetry is where if you can split it in half and it maps to itself. Gaps is where we have no data, and then clusters is where we have a lot of data. So feel free to like and subscribe.